Hi y'all, it's Kimberly from Sunshine, and I'd like to welcome you to our memories of 2020. The spring started with a lot of hope. We had so many things planned, from homeschool all the way through to our half term in February. We had a lot of opportunities to do things. We did have to fight with the weather a bit, and one of our shows, Leaping on the Leap Year, ended up being canceled due to storms. March came in like a lion. The girls were riding, we had such hope. Jumping had started and June was growing. What we hadn't counted on was COVID. And COVID came and changed everything. On March 23rd, I ended up going on YouTube for the first time. In late May and early April, the office moved to the tuck shop and our Easter egg hunt was canceled. So we made a movie called Pasha's Egg Hunt, about how Pasha tried to entertain himself and failed until Charlie gave him an egg hunt. You can find this video still on YouTube. I would like to thank Lauren Howard, Belle of McGinnis, Hugh McGinnis, and Simon Watson for all their help in making this video. After Easter, we continued to fix and paint, and we practiced, but mostly what we did was wait. May started with VE Day. There wasn't a lot of celebrations around, so we celebrated with the horses. Crystal and Callie and Molly and a very cheeky Tango. By mid-month, we got good news that we could start to reopen. June started with a party. Our own June Storm turned 1. Life became more normal as our riders began to return. New faces and old faces. Everyone was riding. Father's Day came and went, and our new friend, Kitty the Kite, became a regular sight. The solstice meant that the days were going to be shorter. The riders and the horses started prepping for a busy show season with not a lot of time. Classes were suspended, and private lessons improved everyone's riding. As the mains flew, we felt a lot more positive. Jumping and dressage were improving massively. We felt positive about fun. And we were positively thrilled to see our programs back. I spent a lot of time writing the horse stories. These are small stories about each member of the horse family at Sunshine. You can find them on our website. Magic also got her summer plat, and we were set and ready for July. Although the 4th is an American holiday, we like to celebrate it at Sunshine. The lessons continued and expanded, as did the heat. Our first clear round jumping was the 10th, so more practice was had. Our first formal dressage was held on Sunday, the 26th of July. The riders were all out in their finery and the presentation was superb. New faces and the regulars showed us what beautiful riding means. The temperatures went up, so we cleaned the menage because we couldn't ride. Charlie turned 16. He's not much different than he was when he was 6. We capped the month with the first big show jumping show. The Jolly July jump, formerly the June jump, proved that we were not going to be beaten. We had best turned out, and we had show jumping from the very beginning all the way through to the most advanced. Annie made her debut, and to everyone's thrill, she got 4th place. As the heat grew, we called the jumping portion of the show at noon, right after the working hunter. And Simon braved the shave. Do you remember this? I do. But in a matter of minutes, Simon went from a little bit furry to a little bit bald. We had the formal in-hand showing, and Magic obviously won, but little June made her debut as well. As the heat grew, it was now 37 degrees. So the riders all took off their formal hot blacks and whites. They were in t-shirt and shorts, and they did the in-hand obstacle course. I was so proud of all our competitors, all our riders, all our in-hand people, but mostly I was so proud of all our horses. August was the month when we finished cramming 5 months of riding into 5 weeks. We had handlers camp, and that included Charlie getting his teeth done. We had a bit of rain as well, but we also learned about creating a jump course and jumping it. Hugh showed us how to ride a center line properly on Magic, and the girls had a good time, but the boys kind of kept to themselves. And then there was Ralph the Wonder Dog. Caitlin had a little bit of a fall this time, but across the board there was more laughter than tears, and there were good lessons in the field, while Kit sat on the rosettes for the accumulator. Isn't he a cuddly kitty? The girls also worked an in-hand course so that they would be prepared for shows and the accumulator. And yes, this is my only picture of the Gymkhana. It was a delight to have them. As the summer and the heat picked up, the horses started mutually grooming, and then the rolling began. And they rolled, and they rolled, and anywhere they could roll, they rolled. And who doesn't enjoy a good back scratch? Really, Charlie? Riders Camp came along, and the attendees worked hard on the various areas they needed to improve on, as well as basic horse care. We had both dressage and show jumpers. In the evenings, because it was so hot, we played with water. And we had a little bit of a water balloon fight, which turned serious there. Xander was not impressed. Yes, that is a hobby horse. After camps, we relaxed in our pergola, preparing for a clear round jumping. But guess what happened? Yes, we had a thunderstorm on the day of the clear round jumping, so it got postponed. Something that was a theme. Speaking of postponed, we finally got around to having our Easter show in August. And our ponies were well dressed with their Easter bonnets. Magic shared her first place with Crystal. And then we were on to the accumulator. Bright and early, we started with in-hand showing. At 10:30, we started dressage. Arena jumping was at 11:30. Lots of folks came and watched, and Aid was rather busy doing some cooking for us this year. The accumulator round was set at 70 centimeters, which may not seem high to you if you mention it or think about it, but it is the height of the middle of your thigh. We wound up the accumulator with our field jumping round this year instead of cross country because of all the closures and the delays and the postponements. The winners this year was Isabel Bug and a very, very happy Tango. As August closed and the yard became quiet, it was the end of summer.
September is a quieter month as young people head back to school. We started with the last hack of the summer on the second weekend of September this year. And many folks went out and enjoyed riding on the bridleways in the warm sunshine before the autumn truly pulled in. We had a nice visit by baby Eliza, and we remembered those who lost their lives on September the 11th. Kit still ran the office as the boss he is, and Ben tried to be a boss and not come in from the field, and Bella just wanted to sleep. We did some free jumping with Molly, and surprisingly with Rosie, who truly enjoyed herself. As you can tell, she looks quite smug. Ben did some in-hand, and then we were back to battling the weather and the wind. So the horses enjoyed time out in the warmth of the sunshine, but the wind did wind a few of them up. And occasionally they'd just bring themselves in. Kat had a little problem figuring out who was going to eat her sandwich. The end of the month saw us with the Archers, and Kit's still in the office, this time asleep. The thing I remember most about October is the rain. It rained so hard that even Pasha had to wear a rug. Dottie was trapped in her island home. Charlie was soaked through. And even Sunshine demanded an umbrella. When it was dry, there was lots of riding for homeschool, and for our riders on the weekends, it was beautiful, and our lane was picturesque. As the clocks went back and the temperatures began to drop, Magic was starting to collect her new rugs. Charlie made a new friend, or shall I say romance, and Magic's mane grew so long it was over the door. We asked now for new handlers, and I was planning for an exciting half-term. We also made some purple poppies. We planned the pumpkin party. Crystal got her new costume. We got a backdrop for photos. And the morning of the pumpkin party, it stormed. November was a month of memory and Thanksgiving. We started with bonfire night, which was loud, and also Magic's birthday. As we remembered people on the 10th, the sky was blue that day. We also happened to have Secret Agent Cat. We started a Teespring shop to help raise funds because we were back in a lockdown. Oh, and Magic got another new rug. Thanksgiving Day, we stopped, and I gave thanks for how wonderful you all are.
and the fog rolled in.
December the 3rd was the end of that lockdown, and we looked forward to catching up on things, but the fog was ridiculously thick. On Sunday, the 6th of December, we had our Halloween fancy dress showing show, and several of our competitors came out and did a fantastic atmospheric show. It was such fun to be able to do it. Our winner for the Halloween horse was Danny Perks and Henry. Magic was beginning to get very bored with box rest, and I threw in the family photo because why not? We also had fun on the yard. Christmas came around and the girls decided we were going to have Christmas. So they did put up a tree, and a couple of the horses wanted to play Gosh, That's Mistletoe. Molly got a haircut, and it was time for Gut Jul, the solstice. And we were in Tier 4 again. Hunt for Santa did manage to go ahead because it's an outdoor sport. The kids went and found Santa, and he came back with them. We had the elf hunt, and there were 4 riders on the elf hunt. And they had a good time collecting tokens and getting a stocking. The handlers had their handler day on the 24th, and they chose to have a gymkhana. What a surprise. And they played lots of games, and they had lots of fun. Unfortunately, we weren't able to give them their handler's dinner as we normally do. So, Sunday, the 25th of July, the yard will be closed, and we will be having Christmas in July. Sunshine Riding School closed for the first time on Boxing Day and New Year's Day, so I took the time to do some planning. We had the faux hunt because, again, yes, it's naturally socially distancing. And we had the Christmas cat. We'd like to wish you all a very happy new year, and we hope that 2021 will bring many great and special blessings to you. Bye now!